So let's talk a little bit about running this business.
Right.
This is your first startup.
Yeah.
What, I guess, just generally, what have you found to be the key challenges? It's interesting, you're one of the few companies we talk to here that is a hardware startup. Mm-hmm. I think there are particular challenges there, right? Don't you do stuff in China and other kinds of things?
Yeah.
So I guess it's first, what surprised you the most? Has it been difficult? Has it been easy?
I mean, the thing that surprised me the most in the beginning was that everything isn't online, especially in manufacturing. Like, most of manufacturing is still a catalog and phone call and fax machine infrastructure. So, in order to get things, we place a purchase order, but that doesn't mean they're coming when they say they're coming. You have to call them and check up on them. And then we ran out of motors. We bought all of them in the world. We went to go buy more, and they were like, "You've got them all." And so we had to figure out how to get motors manufactured and custom made for us. So in terms of hardware, that's kind of been a bunch of the challenges, just supply chain.
So just sort of when you're used to the internet world of everything's instantly accessible and everything, you can just endlessly create new stuff, just surprisingly, old-fashioned or something in that way.
I mean, it's nice when, we have a website startup with Thingiverse as well, and if we need more room, we just roll out more servers. That's great. But when you scale in hardware, you can't just roll out more.
Yeah.
It's a different game.
Yeah, and my friend who I think Eric Paley, who's my partner at Founder Collective, he started a dental technology company, and I remember it was nerve-wracking for him because with software, you do a build and the next day you try it out, and if it's broken, you fix it, and the next day it's fixed. Whereas he would send off these cameras to be built and have to wait 6 months, and if there was a mistake, and meanwhile you're spending money and paying employees and all the pressures of a startup, but to have a 6-month turnaround time, and if one little thing is off, right? I mean, it's just a whole different game, is what I understand. And I think it's sort of sometimes hard for us software people to sort of fully grok how different it is.
It's one of the things we're facing right now is we have a 4-week lead time on if you order, it'll take up to 4 weeks to ship. And it kind of vacillates between being same-day shipping and 4-week shipping, depending on how all the supply chain, how the stars all align, and getting all the parts at the same time.
Because you need every single part, and so if just one part's missing, then it takes 4 weeks, and so.
Yeah, so it's in the world of atoms and things, there's obstacles like shipping and right now Canada, the postal service shut down. You cannot ship anything to Canada right now, and we have
they just completely shut. Why
they're on strike.
Okay.
And so okay, there's nothing we can do about that. But we have bots in the air going there, and there's people who can't order from us.
And what about dealing so you have everything you source from Asia and things, right?
So we have a bunch right now. So our laser cut parts actually are done in Philly with American plywood, and then we have all the drive system components. The rods and the pulleys and the belts are all out of Long Island, SDPSI. And then our electronics and the motors are out of China, because that's just where you get those things in the world today.
I see. And do you have to go over and have someone over there sourcing these things, or do you just look up in a catalog and?
We didn't, and I wish we'd done that earlier.
You go over and
just go over to sort things out, because in dealing with the electronics, it's all about, in dealing with Asia in general, it's about relationship. And so going over there and getting to know folks, and I send my co-founder Zach over there, and he goes over there, and he can get so much more done in just a day of being there than in 6 weeks of back and forth over email and phone. So
interesting, yeah.
And he can solve problems just by going out and drinking with somebody in China for an evening that we can't do here.
I see. Interesting. And so, and what else, in terms of, how many people do you have now, or?
We're at 33 now.
So have you found growing and managing 33 people is to be a challenge? I mean, this is all, coming from being a puppeteer and, a teacher, I guess you're managing.
It's actually about as many students as I had in a classroom.
Okay.
And it's interesting. I think at about 20 people, we started really needing more infrastructure to kind of organize. It wasn't, not everybody could interface with everybody, and now at 33, 32.
You start to need middle managers, essentially. You need layers.
We need layers so that we can make things happen, and it's a shift we're kind of starting to go through now. It's that whole process.
Has that been interesting for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, part of it is also just like space, like getting space for people, because we're like, our production is, we have a 5,000 square foot space in Brooklyn, and it's production and people, and then like production keeps growing and people keep growing, and so we actually just got a space around the corner, which I thought was just going to be like a workshop space for us to have like a showroom, but now it's like everybody's asking, can I have a desk over there?
Yeah.